we're going on to the next topic, all right? And I'm also going to thank the guys online for hanging in on. I'm listening to what something like what you're listening to, and I know it's not good when we're all talking together.
And also, because this is being recorded, we'd like to thank our AI overlords. You guys, this is why you always say thank you when you're typing the chat. I do. I'm like, thank you. Seriously,
you've seen those cartoons of the robots like, no, this one always said please.
Please and thank you, because they will keep that log forever.
Alrighty, yeah. So this is part of our experimental progression, and it's not the best, and we'll keep working on it. So thank you, guys. What I've got on the screen here, I don't know if that's any better. Okay, so Delphi 12.3, at least, and maybe 12.2, they mentioned this SmartCodeInsight. And so I'll just go to the IDE. So I have it set up at home, but not on this one. So if you, this, by the way, it came out, was at Christmas time. This was an obfuscated program, which is only this long. What, how many lines is that? 80, like with plenty of space in there. And when you run it, we get the 12 days of Christmas thing. Oh, yeah. Yes. So, I mean, like, if the idea is, if you grab a bit of code, highlight it, and right-click, we have SmartCodeInsight at the top. And we can do AI chat, find bugs. Oh, I've got it in 4K, haven't I? I meant to change. Can you guys see the screen okay? Should I change the, oh, hang on.
Looks good online.
No, not really.
Highlighted all of that and said explain the code, but it didn't work out what it was saying.
Well,
Can you put white on a black black on a white background, perhaps?
Yeah.
Like newspapers? Yeah, that's better. And can you make it bold font? Is that possible?
Are there any comments in there that say this is, 12 days of Christmas?
it's well known. It's been around for like 20 plus years. It was originally something in
Do you
C.
think an AI might recognise it, seen it before?
Well, how I... So, sorry, I'll just go back to those options. See, it doesn't really increase. All right, let's just leave with this for the moment.
No, thank you.
So you can just do an AI chat, which is just like being online and asking, Gemini or whatever, find bugs, explain the code, complete the code, optimize, add unit tests, and you can either have it pop up in a window, which is preferable, or you can have it like throw stuff into your file as like a commented section. And but we have to go to tools, options, and so I had to go up here to type in smart to find this bit, SmartCodeInsight. So you got an option here for ChatGPT, Olama, which would be something local or something local to your house on a different computer maybe, and Gemini and Claude. So I figured this out for Claude, which is where I was at that web page. So I think I just Googled like Claude API or something getting started, and it brought this one. And so it starts off saying the API is made available via our web console. And I believe I clicked on that. And okay. Look, it's me, I promise. Get API keys, right? So you go there and you have to give them at least like $5 or something if you're not already and I was not. But I think I signed up for 20 bucks worth. And the thing that comes back is something like this text. It says, it gives you an API key that you have to, you know, save somewhere. I can increase this font. Format, obviously. Let's go to that. Something. Okay. And it gives you this curl example of, I guess it's probably like for a Linux command line or something. And we have curl in Windows. We actually have, there's a system.curl inside Delphi, I learned in the last 6 months or so, but I'm not entirely clear how, it's not like the help for it isn't very clear. But so this here had to be, for me to like run it as an example, I had to figure out like, I mean, these slashes just mean like continue on the next line, I haven't finished typing sort of thing. But I think in, what's the new version? PowerShell, PowerShell. I believe this line here, basically the same as the JSON looking thing there, worked and brought me back this response. And when I looked into it a little bit more, maybe this was another example they gave. Anyway, you could also go to their ask their like website v1/models, like tell me what models are now like available to me, and there was this 3.7 sonnet and 3.5 sonnet and 3.5 haiku and different whatever these different versions. So one of these had the info that we needed to fill in for to get it working in the IDE, because initially when I looked at it, so I need to and copy and home and
I should go and get that chocolate cake, eh?
children. Just a Frank. So I have my API key copy.
Oh, it's been locked up.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, okay, smart code. So API key is pasted, model was sorry, I tried to get this installed before the meeting, but I did not manage. Let's try, well, 3.7 is better. Where are we? Right, this one. Copy tab. That's our model. Control V. I got all this stuff in here. And I had, I don't know, timeout. I put like 100 or something, and it wasn't working. And then I finally found, oh, there is a web page from Embarcadero to tell you how to fill this stuff in, and this needs to be like 300,000 or something. Which I guess might be, I don't know, 300 seconds sounds like a lot, but
That's in the request on your text document as well.
sorry?
That's in your document there as well. That version.
Yeah, which bit?
So scroll up.
The IDE or the
This text file.
this,
Keep going. There it is, Anthropic version. 23.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually the same for the 3.7, hopefully.
Yeah, it's the same for all there.
Okay, cool. You know what max token is offhand? Is it like 1,000 or 10,000 or something? Or?
Oh, well, you can put it 10,000. It's you can do up to 200,000, I think.
No, I can't eat that one. You can't eat it? No, canola.
Yeah.
Canola will call well out. White out. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
And I think
they've got something that doesn't. You can have a look outside or something.
I'm pretty sure that's the URL we need. All right, so we've got Claude and enabled up here, and I guess these should both be Claude. Hopefully, we'll be up and running. We will find out.
So you have to do that to get all those AI features to work, right? I have to add an account.
Yeah.
It doesn't use like just some baseline.
Well, I guess it's got to talk to some.
Have you tried them all? Is it preferred?
No, only.
I've heard it tried around that Claude's better for coding.
Yeah.
I find ChatGPT's better for Delphi.
Really?
Yeah, well, it seems to get the syntax right pretty much all the time. Claude, it can, sometimes it can do different things to what ChatGPT does, but it'll often get syntax issues.
I'm saying ChatGPT is progressing really quickly because they got like hundreds of billions of dollars from big tech companies, so they're very well funded. I don't know about the other ones.
Well, I've read a comparison a week ago, and they tested all of them, and they're very much in favour of Claude at the moment. They reckon Claude's the bee's knees.
What was? Oh, I'm sorry. What was the rationale for that? That Claude was the best one. What did it do? That was...
Well, there was a ABC comparison, this, that, and all the other things, and everyone that had ever used Claude, they were just stunned by how good it was, and just said, "Hey, this is the best one."
So there's plenty of things that aren't great about this. One is like, you can't,
Scott, you want a bit of this one?
I would mind a bit, yeah. Honestly, good.
It's actually pretty yummy, Tommy, actually.
Yeah, good one.
so you can, I don't know that you can change the font here, which makes this a bit painful. If you get some code suggestions, you would expect you're going to highlight. What's going on? Okay, why aren't we highlighting? Anyway, if you highlight a section of code and you like Control V,
Got a knife now if anybody wants that.
I don't think that works because you've got to right click and copy to, you expect copy to clipboard to be like, okay, it's going to take my selection, but that'll take the entire window. And the second option is copy selection to clipboard. Yeah, I give this like a B minus, C plus, I don't know. It's it's the first attempt, I don't know. It's
not following the standard Windows way of doing things.
I mean, I was also going to show you Cursor as well, which is basically VS Code, but with a strong kind of AI like purpose to it. But again, it's not on this laptop, it's on my desktop. But the thing that we started with actually wasn't this code example. John had been interested in like finding out by code what work group, the computer the EXE was running on was, and we found some bit of code online which called a Win API or something. I do have that here, but I'll and that was all fine. Like we just thought, and it was something that worked, and we were on the phone to each other or whatever, and it was done. But when I just got the AI bit to like what did it say? Find bugs or something or other, and it was because the function that we'd looked at basically called this function with a 0 and it'll tell you the name of the computer, and call it with a 1 and it will tell you the work group for that computer. And I started off with create unit tests. Well, I did a few things. Okay, so one thing, it'll create unit tests. It made them for D unit, and when I asked it to make it for D unit X, I'm not entirely sure it did it super smoothly, but I ended up with tests for it. It decided correctly that there should be 3 tests. One for the 0, one for the 1, and one for if you send it something other than a sensible value. And just without like saying anything about it, when I was looking at the actual steps where the test was performed, the first one with finding the computer name, I was looking at it, I was like, it took me a while to twig that it was actually calling a Delphi routine that we already have that gives you the computer name, and then comparing it to this function and checking that they were the same. So it was checking this for equality, and also then checking that the string generated wasn't empty. So that was the first test, and then checking that it was like correct according to Delphi. And then the second one where you get the work group, it didn't have any alternative to compare it against, so it just created a test to say that you got a non-empty string.
And then we found, that the name work group didn't appear anywhere, and the actual name for the work group and the code there is log on server. Now, who would have thought that something called work group, the fundamental, variable name is not work group, it's log on server. Who would have ever thought of that?
Where was that though?
That's within the code that we used.
Not sure, I don't remember that part, but we also asked it to, the find bugs, and it
It worked pretty good, didn't it, really? It was really helpful.
it came up with like at least 5 smart things out of the whole exercise that I thought was pretty good. File.
So what do you think of that, Scott?
Sounds good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll try and
Moist and chocolatey.
projects.
So we're thinking of you.
What?
We're thinking of you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Now, it's now 8:15, so how much longer do you think we got here, Paul?
Yeah, we've got to be out at 8:30.
8:30, out the door, gone.
Well, not out of the entire business, but just out.
Basically packed up and gone.
What am I doing?
15 minutes then.
I may need a front end loader to get my stuff out.
100%. Yeah, so you gonna have some of this, Paul?
I'm good, thank you.
You all right?
Well, I'm not good, but I'm okay for the moment.
Yep.
So yeah, this was the code that we came up with, like from off the internet somewhere. So, like, okay, one of the things when you asked about bugs, this function we didn't know about. It came up with it. It said it was so before result was initialized to an empty string, and then it said like, well, if you give this thing an invalid integer, then the result's going to be an. No, it didn't have a problem. I changed the result to a 0, and or maybe a string 0, and then it had, it said like, well, if you give an invalid string, then the result is going to be this, quote 0 quote, and this is not a standard, it would be unexpected by most people, and made some good points there. And I was also talking about the pointer that's used in this bit of code about well, it was saying it's uninitialized before you use it, but then Windows really initializes it, but then it's it highlighted the case that if the Windows call failed and the buffer, I guess if the call didn't complete properly, there'd be a buffer, but that hadn't been, Windows hadn't been told to get rid of it or something. Anyway, it was helpful. It was, and it was interesting. That's all. And also, I mean, there's this in the IDE. It's on the basic side, I would say, but well, it's there. That's as much as I can say for the moment.
very much.
I'll stop sharing. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. So anyway, thanks guys for hanging in with us. It was, I don't know, today was a bit, the plan was for more organised. I think we achieved maybe less than usual level of organisation, but